one of the most frequently asked questions is always why? Why this system of agroforestry? And the simple answer is always to put more money, or if you want to put it in a popular vocabulary, is to increase the yield of the smallholder farmer. Secondly, to also kind of provide food and overall psychological security to the farmer, because normally, especially in these parts of the world, I mean Nigeria, so in this part of Nigeria, from here going up north, the agricultural practice is seasonal mostly, and it's the common staple crops, right? It's 4 or 5 months of agri practice, and then the harvest is done, and then the farmers are redundant for maybe 6, 7 months. Yes, they have no means of income, so all they do is they keep taking from the banks that they have harvested for the 4 or 5 months of practice, of agri practice. So it kind of, it's a situation that during this period of redundancy, that they have no means of economic activities, there's no way to drive for revenue, they keep taking from their storage, they keep taking from their reserve. It can get to a point that before they go back for another cycle of growing period, say April, May, they have exhausted half or 40% of what they have harvested last year. So this practice makes the farmers poorer, yes, rather than being okay, because a farmer actually should be okay. So it's the why is always, we say we want to put more money into the household, because the system is that once you set it up, every month of the year, 12 months, the farmer will have something to harvest. If you are not harvesting maize or groundnut or millet, you are harvesting fruits, cashew, guava, you are harvesting pineapple, you are harvesting mango. So every season, you are harvesting mulberry, you are harvesting banana, you are harvesting ginger, turmeric. So because of this dense system of multi-cropping, of agroforestry, you will have economic activity for the farmer all year round. The farmer can't be redundant. So this is the reason why we practice this type of system of agroforestry. But also, people now say, with this dense system, how do you provide for the nutrient for the soil? Because, you know, as long as there are green, yes, as long as there are green plants growing, they need nutrients in the soil. So and the answer is, we try to do it as natural as we can, meaning we take care of the soil first, right? And the conventional practice, especially in this part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, is that once you harvest, you gather up immediately and burn everything, or you wait when it's time to go back to the farm, you go and do farm clearing and you burn everything. For us, we try to build the soil intentionally. So when we harvest things from the farm, we never take anything out of the farm. It's either we chop the straws, we chop the stems of grasses and put it back into the soil. So we are building up the soil gradually to have more humus, yes, in the soil and so the soil over time never gets exposed to this harsh weather condition to make it very parched. In doing that, also we try to conserve moisture in the soil, because it's one of there's like 3 cycles that we need to take care of: the water, the carbon, and the nutrient cycle. And these cycles, they have to be at an optimal level for the soil to be very productive, because we want to make sure that the soil is very healthy. It's okay. We want to make sure that the soil is very healthy. So people will like, how can you practice this dense system of agriculture and still maintain the nutrient cycle in the soil and that the crops are growing? So it's to just work people, and it can be done naturally. And we do it naturally. We just tell you, we just take things that are available to us, the cow dung, the cow urine, just put them in the soil, and then they add nutrients as well.
Those are basically,
yes, basically soil is the why and the how, right? Okay, so yes, basically.
That's
yes.
That's, so that also answers one of the questions.
Okay.
Now, what are the major focus of agroforestry here at BHF? That's what are the type of plant crops you have basically?
Okay, so from the word agroforestry, it means it's practice of agriculture with trees as the basis. Yes. So the BHF Agroforestry started as a proof of concept project. So we wanted to plant as dense as possible trees and crops growing together. So it's a multi-cropping system of agroforestry. Normally, if you go to Brazil, they do early cropping, but it's monocrop system. So they just plant the trees in lines, and then they will just grow wheat or soya bean or millet or just conventional perennial crops. But in this system, we do multi-cropping, and so we make it as dense as possible. But the most important part of it, revenue-wise for us, or the focus is that we are laying more emphasis for revenue on the trees long term. So every tree we plant in the system are economic trees. We just don't plant any trees. Eucalyptus, we have to find out where is the economic value of eucalyptus. We are planting teak. We are targeting teak is Tectona grandis, and the target for teak will be either we want to sell it as pulp. They use teak for paper making, this paper that we write on, yes. Or long-time timber and carbon sequestration, because teak is very good in sequestrating carbon. If you see the leaves, you see it's broad. The broader the leaves of a tree is, that the more carbon dioxide it will take from the atmosphere because of photosynthesis. So the broader the leaf of a tree is, the more photosynthesis happen at the surface. So we also plant a lot, whichever way we look at it. It's either we sell them for paper making or for timber, or we want to keep them to sequestrate carbon, because they will sequestrate more carbon than other trees. Or you go to mahogany, it will be long time, but it's a very good timber tree, and at the same time fodder tree. So first we need to identify what is the economic value of those trees. But long term, they will give the farmer more money than the normal perennial seasonal crops that the farmer is growing. So this is very important for us, and that's one of the major focus for us. Yes, trees. Yes, trees.
So can you mention a few types of trees you have?
Yes, so we have eucalyptus, we have mahogany, we have teak, we have avocados, we have coffee, we have bananas, we have bamboo, and then we have noni, we have cocoa, we have mango. I've said mango, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to name a few.
Yeah, that's nice. So for agroforestry, BHF Agroforestry, what is the vision? What is the end goal for you?
Okay, good question. So as I stated earlier, in the beginning, the goal was to prove the concept whether this system will do well because of its density, right? But now, and that was it. Yeah.
And in Nigeria.
Yes, and in Nigeria, and as we go up north, because the farther we go up, the drier it is, and then we say, can it be practiced here? So that was the initial goal. But now we also want to see if we can focus a little bit more on the carbon farming side of the thing, because truly if we can activate this carbon credits and carbon farming in Nigeria, the farmers will make more money from these trees than even looking at them from revenue drive perspective of saying you are selling it for timber, you are going to sell it for wood chips and all of this. So now we are refocusing and saying we want to make the carbon farming part of it a very serious, because if you can get farmers to now say every household plant say 200 to 500 trees and just leave them undisturbed, they just continue doing whatever they do for good agricultural practices. But after 3-4 years, you get people to come and certify their trees and tell them what carbon credit they have, and they can sell. And this can continuously happen for 15-20 years. So you can see the farmer will now have a passive income, but very serious.
Yeah.
Because the farmer could end up earning more from the carbon credits than even doing the perennial farming. So now we are refocusing it. So first it was proof of concept to see if this can work around here in Nigeria, especially in the north that is a lot more drier than the south. Now that we know that it will work, we are looking at how can we commercialize it. And in commercializing it, proof of concept won't give, you can't scale it up. This remains now like a demo or a demonstration center where people can see that it will work. But now, can we scale it up, make it commercial, that people can now put investment into it? Because it's very important. We can now tell people that, look, why not try it in this way, rather than say, I have a farm, I have 2,000 fishes, or I have 2,000 fish in the pond, I have 100,000, and we are not saying don't do it, but we are saying look at it from this side, because with this type of project, you can do it naturally.
Yeah.
So, but if you have 100,000 chickens, it's every day recurrent expenditure. But with the trees, you plant them, you just maintain them. So the expenditure is minimal. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So yes. So that is.
That's nice. Okay, I want you to specifically talk to us about how organic this farm is, and how you don't use chemicals, and you can actually,
Okay, so this farm, I can say, is 100% natural. If we get to talking about organic, it becomes technical, because now it has to be certified.
Oh.
You understand? If somebody, maybe a company, has to use a technology to say that, because actually, natural is organic.
Yeah.
But because of conventions, what the world has said, yes, we need to certify it. But I can say it's 100% natural. No external inputs. What we mean, no external inputs? We get the seeds from the farm to put it back into the farm. The nutrients is mostly from the cow, which is here. Because the next question will say, how sure are you that there's no methane in the cow dung and the cow urine that we use? But we make sure that it's properly cured. We never take fresh cow dung or cow urine to put into the farm. And what we do with it is that we ferment it in an open air, that all the gas gets out of it. So in this way, there's nothing unnatural that gets into the farm. Yes.
So you talked about the fact that you are focused on the trade aspect of this, and the commercial aspect of that.
Yes.
Does that mean like the fruits you get and all that, you don't sell them, and the seeds?
We sell.
Okay.
But the selling, so the marketing is not as if it's active. Mostly what we produce on the farm, we use 80% of it to feed the guests that we keep here.
The training.
Yeah, so the training, and our intention is that long time, except for non-perishable foodstuff that we cannot get, we want to produce everything that people will eat on this farm. Because now we are intentionally looking at it. We eat a lot of rice, and now we are producing more rice. What we want to do it is that we process and keep it, and then now we are taking care of even the non-perishable side. But the vegetables, most of the vegetables, instead of saying we are taking them to the market, we sell to the kitchen. So If you have a look at a typical sales record and production record for me, which I get every week, and then at the end of the month I have a summarized version, you will see most of the produce that we have are either being sold to the kitchen or the staff that live on the farm buys them. Yes. Also, when we have visitors, they are interested in buying natural and organic vegetables and produce. So the marketing is typically not active for retail outside and all of this. So yes, exactly. Okay.
Yes. So let's quickly talk about the trainings.
Yes.
What necessitated that in the first place, and then secondly, what is the current capacity of your training right now? And if you could probably scale it, how many people have you trained so far?
Okay.
When you started.
So as I stated earlier, when we
what is the name of the training?
Okay. Yeah. As I stated earlier, so this project started strictly for a proof of concept.
Yeah.
Can this much plants or plant varieties grow together symbiotically, not adversely, meaning they are helping one another, they are competing but positively. A peanut needs different thing from a corn. So can peanut give something to corn, and then can corn give something to peanut, and now symbiotically they grow healthy. So once we were supposed to use 5 years to do this proof of concept, but luckily for us, in about 2 years we got it done. 1.5 to 2 years we got the proof of concept done, but we had learned a lot, and this was how the necessity for the training came about. What do we do with this lots of knowledge that we've learned, especially the practical ones? Because agriculture is doing. You just do and you learn, you make mistakes, you relearn, you go back and try. That was how the idea for the training came. So when we started thinking about the training center, basically we are looking at it. People come here, they see the farm, they see what we have built, and they are interested in training. But where do they stay? Because the best thing would be they stay here full time so that they can focus and concentrate, especially on the practical part. So that's how we started developing the idea for the training center. And then we are not fully done yet. As part we still have the little part of it that we are concluding. And our capacity now is that comfortably we want to keep it under 20, not more than 25 participants at a time, because it's also good for us for the practical aspect. If you take more people, then the practical becomes difficult. The hands-ons become cumbersome, because it should be a homogeneous thing. When you are doing one activity, let everybody concentrate on exactly. But if you break it into fragments, there is a tendency that will lose out on very important things. So now currently we can do 25, 26 comfortably, but towards the end of the year we want to increase the number to about 40, 45, that we can take 40, 45, and it's the reason why we are putting up the new blocks with about 10, 12 rooms.
And you have lodge for
people? Yes, so we can lodge 24 to 26 people comfortably now. So we have double rooms in suites. We have bathrooms, wet bathrooms, as we used to say. We will improve, and that's why we take feedbacks from trainees. From October, November 2022 to about now, I think we've trained roughly between 400 and 600 people. Yes, because we have taken about 11 cohorts now. Yes, we've taken about 11 cohorts, and a cohort will comprise anything between 5 to maybe 30 people. So at varying, there are some people that came 30. So this type of thing stretches us. Yes. When I say we can take 24, 26 comfortably, there are some rooms that are 2 in 1. Meaning if we stretch ourselves, we can put 4 beds in those rooms.
Oh,
You understand the thing? So we can now put 4 participants that maybe kind of understand themselves.
family.
Yes, and family, exactly. So the aerobic guys, now he came with his family.
Yeah.
We put him in those 2 in 1 room, and then we ask them, are you comfortable? Or do you want us to add a bed because they came with a baby? And they say, no, these 2 beds, they are fine for us. Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
Okay.
That's amazing. And they get to eat and
Yes, we have a fully functional kitchen. Yes. And so once a participant or a trainee is here, they should not worry about anything. Long time we want, you can have internet, fast internet. We have internet now for the participants, but maybe we don't know. We have not gotten exactly what their feedback is, but we've not analyzed. Okay, sorry, let me rephrase. We have not analyzed, yes, those feedbacks to now turn them into data so that we can see exactly. So yes, we've gotten, in fact, every training cohort we take feedback from them. We'll give them a feedback. I don't know. I don't have it here, but normally we have a form.
Okay.
It will depend on how it goes, but this is roughly 1. Okay. So they will ask them, just state 1, 2, 3 and give us how are you happy? Yeah. And if you are happy on a scale of 1 to 10, yes, how happy are you? What do you think we can improve? Have you got challenges that? So they give us those things. As I said, we have lots of them. It's just that we've not analyzed, and we are looking at getting a data person that can put this, yes, that analyze it for us. And it will not be only as feedback. We also have production data, we have training data. So we want somebody to look at them, analyze, and just do photographic presentation to say this column is this column is this.
So are you looking at say follow-up service? Say somebody comes for a training and decides to set up a mini agroforestry somewhere.
Yes.
And they require you to go their family oversee the. Is this something?
We are already doing it. It's one of the goals actually. So the component of the training is that you come, you get trained, you get your hand dirty, and you tell us if you want to implement something like this. And then it's very important for us. We will start with you to even from the design stage. We will design the farm for you and we'll help you implement. If you want, we will get management team and put up for you. And then periodically, maybe once a month, once a quarter, we send somebody to go and look at it. We are already doing it. People come, they have training and they say, okay, give me 1,000 seedlings of grasses, give me 500 of this tree. We don't say go with it. No, we want to follow you to make sure that in the planting you follow a certain pattern of design that will give you maximum production. We already do it, and it's a very going forward. By the way, we want to make this as a service. Yes, exactly. So we want to make it as a very serious service that we can also use as a revenue drive. Yes, exactly. So, but now when people come, they train. You want to buy this thing, you want to buy, all we just do is that we just charge you for implementation. So, but long term, we want to make it service. Yes. Yes.
That's nice. Okay. That's nice. So, so far, what would you consider as your major challenges running this?
Whew. Believe me, off the top of my head, is identify. I don't know how to put the English, whether identifying or finding the right talent, motivating them and retaining them. You understand the thing? So what we do is a non-conventional practice of agriculture. So I can say it off the top of my head. It's very difficult to find people that have niche skill in this sector of agriculture. So how do you even start identifying? We've tried there and it's been giving us tough time, but it is not rocket science. Finding talent is finding talent. You just need to find some HR company or some HR guy that has diverse experience in different sectors of HR. So once we know that this was a big problem for us, now we don't do it by ourselves. We outsource it. But it's been just finding talent, making sure that they sign up onto this, because we could find talent. You bring them to the farm, they look at it, they say, I don't want to stay in this bush. And then after 1, 2, 3 days, they have run away. So we don't want that to happen. It's a big challenge for us. So we consider it as a serious challenge. But knowing what we do and hoping on where we want to get to, we discover that the best way to do it is to outsource it, but working together. So if I outsource, say, find me an agronomist, and we give that out to a HR company or some experienced HR guy, because he does not have all the factors on the table that will help him close out on this type of talent, we go back and forth. He will reach a certain point in his or her assessment, give us a feedback, and then we will tweak it, punch 1 line, 2 line, put something in and send it back to the company or to the person, and then they will look, we missed out on this. Because if you say, find us an agronomist, they will just be looking for a conventional agronomist. But we are saying, no, we need somebody that probably is a botanist, we need somebody that knows this and those. Yeah. So the person will now be saying, okay, so these are the skill sets that I'm looking out for. And then once the person finds, most of the time, the training happens on the go for us, because until the person or the talent is here and starts to see what happens, because you will really see the thing and you can't understand it. So now on the go, they keep seeing, they do, and short time, because it's practical, you see that they fit in or they don't. Now we have to make a decision after 6 months to see whether we want to keep such talent or we want to let them go. Yeah. So that's, I think, for us, it's just the human capacity. You understand? The personnel issue is one of our biggest challenges. Yes.
That's amazing. Okay, so finally, tell us about your collaboration with Chef Lola.
Oh, beautiful. So I have known Chef Lola for a while, and I know that she's passionate about what she does.
And she's a plant-based.
Yes, and she's a plant-based chef. Oh, we say a vegan chef in Western world.
Yes.
In Western world.
Yes.
And then we kept talking. She say, "Oh, send me pictures of what you are growing on the farm. Send me the list of what you grow." And it's been years. Then somebody that's a mutual friend told me, I said, "You know this thing you are doing with Chef Lola, your best bet will be you get her to come to the farm." And you know, that was the turning point in all of this. And once she came to this farm and spent 3 days, she said, "No, this is wasting. We are wasting the whole of this place." And then she said, "What are you thinking about?" Well, I said, "I don't know, but I know that if we think deeper, something will come out." She said, "Okay, let me go back to Lagos." So she made videos, went back to Lagos, because she had training she was to do in July. And then she went back, and then we kept talking. So we said, you know, sometimes you just plunge in head on and start doing it. That is agric for you. You will make lots of mistakes, but if you learn from those mistakes, you grow. So we say, let's just do a test run of healthy cooking on the farm. Let's see if people will sign up. So she just ran few videos, adverts, and then people started saying, I want to go. And believe me, it's work in progress. Even up to now, we have not finalized what the strategy will be. But now you see that this aerobic comes into it. So the healthy living, you are having healthy cooking, you are having healthy exercise every morning. We are now tweaking the whole process. Again, in the beginning, it was just we come do the normal healthy cooking masterclass that she does. But we arrive here now. Every day there's something that changes. And so now the thing will continue evolving. We want to even see, like, can we even make it like a destination holiday, but with all these components. So I'm looking at it in the nearest future. We can stretch it rather than say just come 2 days, 3 days. We can even say, can't we do it one whole week? And then we put bits and pieces of all these components, the aerobics, everything together, the cooking. Now you see that people are keen on learning. Yes. Yes.
Make sure,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. When the idea came up first, there was no part of the agri, learning about how to grow the food in a healthy way. But you see from the talk yesterday and the tour, now people are very interested and said, look, let's not even cook first. Let's even understand how to grow healthy. Yeah. So we will now do food.
The woman that asked questions from my farm to
yes, my exactly. So we will in our parlance we'll say from farm to table. Yeah. So can we do a holistic training and say this is how you prepare the soil, this is how you plant the seeds, this is how you take care of it, this is how you water it, the plants will go, the food will go, then this is how you cook it. So it's like a complete cycle of the whole meal, good for healthy meal. Yes. So that's what we are working. So it's been work in progress. I think we'll be talking about this for more than 2 years now, but finally it's good that we are doing this test run, and then we will hear people's feedback. We will take people's feedback and improve on it, because now the aerobics trainer is saying he actually wants to put up on his own a team. He wants to sell this idea to people in Lagos, put up a team of trainees, 10, 20, and he brings them here.
Exactly. Come and see what is happening.
Spend 1 week. They will do all their aerobics, their exercise, but the kitchen will give them healthy food. I mean, healthy meal every time. And then we can replicate these things in all the states or in most of the states. And then we look at it and say, okay, you are coming in week 1 of January, you are coming in week 3 of February. And then before you know, the center will be occupied almost 10 months in a year or 11 months in a year.
I interviewed almost of all of them after your lecture.
Yes.
Like everybody was happy to be there.
Good. Happiness indices. Yeah. It's very, very important. If you get people happy.
It also means that they learn so much.
Yes, exactly.
So exactly. That's it. So that means your audience or your target audience is not really
just farmers.
Specific.
No.
It could be, I'm talking about in terms of training.
Yes.
That are coming.
Yes.
It could be corporate.
Exactly. In the beginning, so as I said, in the beginning we are saying that, okay, can we look at our main focus used to be smallholder farmers.
Exactly.
But now, look what's happening.
Is interested.
Yeah, the people that sign up for this cooking class, we are just looking at cooking.
I think a chef came from Delta.
Yes. She came all the way from Delta. And now she wants to learn cooking, but she's the one that asks the question, how can she grow?
Exactly.
You understand this? So this is now, look, why can't we go all out? The corporate people, bankers that are always in the office with this exercise and aerobics that this guy is telling us that sitting down on a chair will kill you long time. Why can't we open their mind to say, can you give us 1 weekend in 3 months? Every quarter, take 1 weekend and come and live healthy. We're not saying we'll solve your health challenges, but just even come and understand what it means to live healthy.
And
where your food.
Yes. Because if you learn this is like a retirement.
Yes, exactly. You took the word rightly. When we started in the beginning, we used to say that this type of farming is a pension fund farming. Yes. Exactly, yes. The farmer plants the trees, keep doing your thing. Maybe in 15, 20, 25 years, you are retiring from farming. This will now take care of you. You can now be harvesting your trees systematically and periodically, assuming you have 2,000 trees, you retire. Every month, just harvest 10. You see that you stretch it out to 10 years and sustainably, because as you harvest, they'll keep growing up. By the time you are done from 10 years, you come back, those ones will have grown also. So it's really, really also because the farmer has no pension plan. So this also can serve as pension plan for the farmer with the trees.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.